Our weekends are usually filled with basketball, and so here is a day in our life as we as a family of 13 head to basketball. Dad usually wakes up around 6 a.m. and he takes one or two of the children with him to basketball so me and the other kids can sleep in. Yesterday, we had a friend come and pick up Anderson because she had to be at a super early game, and then I woke up and got ready. After I get ready, I will then go and I will help the kids get dressed and get their hair done. We have 4 children that play on 4 different teams, but my husband, he runs Kingdom Hoops organization, and so he currently is running 11 different teams. So our days, usually we get to the gym around 9 a.m., and then we usually don't get home until 10 or 11 o'clock at night because each team usually has 2 games each. So that would be 22 games, and we do our best to try to make it and watch each team. One of my favorite things to do is to get the kids matching, especially when we go to big places. It's easier to find them and for people to know that they belong to us. And it's just super fun and so cute, and I love to match them also. This day, I put on the red striped dress, but before we left, I ended up changing my mind and wore an all red dress. Then I always pack lots of snacks because my kids, they eat snacks nonstop, and it saves us a ton of money from concessions. Aren't they so cute in their little matching clothes? And then once everyone is ready and right before we walk out the door, I go and grab the baby out of his crib, and we usually dress him in the car. The hardest part about loading our whole family up in our 15-passenger van is making sure everyone has shoes on. I don't know what is up, but we never can find our shoes. But seriously, aren't they so cute? Don't you love their little basketball purses? Then here's me getting in the car and driving off. We got to the gym about 8:45, and then it usually costs us over $100 to get in to watch the games. I know it's crazy, but they usually charge me for every child over the age of 4. Here we are, of course, eating snacks and watching brother score all the threes. And of course, little sister has to show me all of her tricks as we sit there and watch. But honestly, the kids do great when they're watching their siblings play basketball. And little Arrow, he's always occupied just being entertained with basketball. The kids have made tons of friends with the other teammates, siblings, and parents, and so I have a lot of help while we're sitting there watching. And then we're headed on to the next game. Now this weekend, there were 3 different gyms for each one of my kids. So my son played at one gym in Denton, and then my 12-year-old daughter played at another gym in Dallas, and then my 9-year-old daughter played at a gym in Louisville. So we were going from gym to gym, loading up all the kids in the van and gym hopping. So it was a super exhausting weekend, but it's just such a blessing that I get to watch all of my kids do what they love and be amazing at it. Woo, good job, Aniston! A baby Arrow usually takes a good 2 to 3 naps during the day, and Armor will take 1 nap, so he'll usually take over Arrow's car seat once Arrow is awake. Something I think a lot of parents probably don't realize or give up too soon is their kids aren't performing well at the games. We definitely understand that. Our oldest 3, it took them a good year or 2 for the game to click for them, but now they are thriving and doing great in their games. And then here's Aniston's team. They won 3rd place. Here we are on to the next gym and ready to watch some championship games. Now this was a fun and awesome experience because my husband, he coaches most of the teams, but he coaches mainly the 4 oldest teams. Here are the 2 oldest girls' teams, and they were both in the championship game at the same time. What you can't see is while I'm sitting on the sidelines holding Arrow, Armor is asleep in Arrow's car seat, Anthem is asleep on someone else's lap in the stands, and then the other kids are either playing in the hallway, or they're sitting next to me, or they're sitting with some friends in the stands. Here we are, the 17U girls took 1st place, and then Anissa's team took 2nd place. Then we load up the car and we head to dinner before we go home and pass out. Today we went to Rodeo Goat for dinner. Never been there, but it was really good. And then here we are returning home super late. Husband got home first, and then I pile in really late after him. We got home and we crashed. Okay, let's be honest. I can't just go home and crash. I have 11 kids. So, of course, I stayed up and tried to get them all to bed. And husband stayed up and worked all night. But we made it home.